So today we're back on Anime Expeditions, and today we'll be seeing some crazy stuff because we're reviewing your accounts. So I hope you guys enjoy the video or find it helpful. If you do, maybe if you like or subscribe. But anyways, let's get into it. Okay, hello guys, we have the first episode of reviewing your accounts in Anime Expeditions. Of course, if you want a chance to have your account reviewed, make sure to comment your username down below, especially on my community post if you want the highest chance to be reviewed. Now of course, I can't get to everyone's account, I don't have enough time, but you can probably still get some good advice if I don't review your account. You can watch some account reviews for other people. Either way, let's get started with the account reviews. The first account we have today is the Gojo main, and if we take a look here, I'm already seeing some really good stuff. You have really good Unbound, so Unbound Megami, Unbound Kenpachi, Unbound Dark Mage, really all you need on your account. Maybe Unbound Puppet would be nice, but you have the big three Unbounds to get, so already looking really good. You do have Forsaken on Yuta. I'm very happy to see that. That is the good build on Yuta. And then you also have Forsaken on Itachi. That is what the question in your comment was about. Should you roll Unbound on Itachi? I don't really think so. I think your account looks good enough as it is. You have the three main Unbounds already, and you don't really need Itachi Unbound. He's pretty good in some tournaments, but I guess maybe if you're like a really competitive tournament player, then maybe you can roll Unbound on Itachi, but for the most part, you can probably save for next update. Next up we have Tough Brody, and just taking a glance at this here, looks like your account is doing really well. Unbound Kenpachi, really nice. Unbound Megami. Unbound Cursed Immortal is really good for clear times, pretty underrated. Unbound Puppet's really nice, and then Itachi with Draconic is fine. I feel like he's just not really worth rolling Unbound on right now anyway. And your comment is, should you roll on Judar, so should you get Unbound on Dark Mage? I feel like you don't really need Unbound Judar on this account. You already have some of the best DPS units with Unbound, so might as well just save for next update. And it looks like overall you are really lucky, 3.5k rerolls for 4 Unbounds at least, so overall looking really nice. I think I would save my rerolls for next update. Looks like you are kind of stacked enough. And here we have Luunder. Had a question about got Unbound Pity on Kenpachi, got 1 tap Unbound on Puppet, 700 plus reroll, should I roll Unbound on Freerun or Dark Mage? Looks like you went for Dark Mage, which was the right call. Yeah, I don't really have much to say here. Your account is really good, it looks like. The only thing is like maybe Unbound isn't worth having on Yuta. I mean, you might as well just have Forsaken on him, especially because you do have other Unbounds to kind of pair with Yuta. So I mean, overall, really nice account. And you do have the 1-tap badge, so you did actually 1-tap Unbound on Puppet. Wow, okay. Really nice account. I don't really have too much advice here. Looks like you're also pretty lucky because you have 6 Unbound showing and you've only spent 4k rerolls, so nice job. Here we have Livid. Once again, this was a randomly selected one, not going in order anymore. So looking at this right here, we have a full team of Unbound units, which are, for the most part, really good. I don't see Megami anywhere. That's definitely something you should go for. Your comment does mention you have a pretty good profile and you're also free to play. For a free to play player, yeah, looks like you are very lucky. 3.2k rerolls and at least 6 Unbounds that we can see. Having Unbound on Yuta, once again, could be questionable, depends on if you want to build him as like a support. With Forsaken, you can kind of have him follow up attack off your other units and it's way stronger. And then your Toy Maker. Interesting unit to have a Z damage on, and Unbound. I'd imagine she's okay for like clear times and expeditions and everything, but I don't see Megami anywhere, so make sure you go for Unbound on Megami whenever you get Megami off banner. And I think that's kind of my only advice because it looks like you have pretty much every other meta unit with Unbound, so nice job, man. Nice job. Okay, this one we have here is my friend Nordic, and I couldn't help myself. Okay, I saw his comment right below the last guy. Let me look at my friend Nordic's account. So we have our farm on the profile. Okay, looks like your main team is right here. So you've got Unbound Freerun, nice. You've got Unbound Puppet, Unbound Itachi, and then looks like an SPA build on Inumaki, which is good. You only have 57 hours of playtime, and you don't even like play this game that much. No offense, but kind of crazy to have this many Unbounds only 57 hours. I don't see Megami anywhere, just like the last guy. Looks like you are missing Unbound Megami. Kind of the best unit in the game, so make sure you go for that. He's probably the least likely to be power crept. Otherwise though, the account is looking really nice. Maybe go for some better stats on like Freerun and Kenpachi if you use them. I wouldn't roll on like Dark Mage or anything, you kind of have the best units here. Just make sure you get Megami and probably run this exact team. Swap out like Freerun for Megami, and you're good. But overall, your account is looking good, Mr. Nordic. Yo, Smiley ND1, and I have 400 rerolls, so 400 rerolls to work with. If you look at your account so far, you do have some good stuff already. Unbound Megami, Unbound Kenpachi, and you do have all of these stats on Megami as well. Okay, just because of these 2 units alone, I'd say your account is looking really good. You could go for Unbound on Dark Mage if you really want to. I would say with 400 rerolls, probably just save up for next update. Primordial on Itachi, not really great. I'd probably go for either Draconic or Forsaken if you're going to actually use him. But for the most part, you don't really need to use this guy anyway. You do have a very stacked Megami, so that's very good. And then just kind of general advice, you do have Ramen Guy here. The other farm, the purple one, Stone Alchemist or whatever, is better than Ramen Guy for the most part. If this is your actual team, it is looking really good. But I would say probably get rid of Ramen Guy for the other farm, Stone Alchemist. And probably get rid of Itachi for Inumaki, just so you have like a cheap support on your team. Overall though, the account is looking really good. Nice job, man. This one's from the comment section on my newest video. I've been so unlucky on tournament, keeps giving so tough opponents, wish I'd get the SOSP Ramen Guy. And okay, I don't really even know what to say here. I don't even know what to say. I mean, clearly, you like Ramen Guy, that's why you want the skin, okay? Honestly, I'm rooting for you, man. I hope you get the skin you want, cause, yeah, 2 Unbound Ramen Guys, that is definitely not a mistake, surely. I mean, 2 Primordial ones as well. Okay, so you like to roll on Ramen Guy. I don't really know why, but I respect it. 3.6k rerolls, you do have Unbound Toymaker on your account, so that's something. I don't know if you can get away with just using Ramen Guy and Toymaker on a team, but, I mean, clearly it's been working. You played for 200 hours, so you've been playing the game for a long time. If I had to, like, take a guess, it doesn't look like you're really struggling with anything. The Ramen Guys are kind of crazy, but if it works, it works. Nice account, man. By the way, with your comment, you can just kind of be like that, man. If you don't have the time to, like, compete with RNG battles or whatever, if your opponents are, like, really dedicated to getting the best crit luck or whatever, tournaments can be kind of brutal, but, yeah, good luck. I hope you get your Ramen Guy skin, because that is kind of crazy, bro. Here is another account in my community post, chosen at random. I don't have much rerolls, but should I try saving for Dark Mage or save for other updates? No, keep going. Hope you get 100k very soon. Appreciate the kind words, man. Thank you for leaving that little note. But if we look at your account, okay. I mean, you have Unbound Kenpachi, you have Unbound Frieren. Overall looking really nice. Personally, in my opinion, there's no point really running double farm. So I would say when you can, probably get rid of Ramen Guy for like Inumaki. But overall looking really good, especially for the playtime. I want to point this out real quick. Only 13 hours played. I know that kind of sounds like a lot, but I don't know, a lot of people AFK farm these type of games and have like hundreds of hours. So the fact that you have 2 Unbounds and overall really nice team in only 13 hours, only 42 levels, only 6 infinite waves, I mean, come on. Really nice job, man. I think your account is looking really good for the amount of time you put into it. Your question was about going for Dark Mage. I would say, if anything, go for Megami. That's kind of the only advice I'd give you. Otherwise, just save your rerolls for next update. We have Quendish with, okay, probably the most stacked account we've seen so far. Unbound on like every meta unit. Okay, I don't really know what advice to give you here, but I'll start with your question. So, I have an extra Z range SPA. Should I save them or transfer to a unit? If I look at your units here, I mean, you do have all Z on Megami, okay? So, honestly, in my opinion, all you really need. Yeah, you have Z damage on Judar as well, kind of like the only stat he really cares about. You also have Solo Conqueror EA for the tournament, you have the Shiny Megami as well. This is the most stacked account I've seen so far. Personally, I would say for now, definitely save your Z stats until next update, because you already have some very good Z stats on all your meta units here. So, here we have Mr. Kendrick Lamar Glazer. Just got Kenpachi, don't know if I should use my trait rules to try and get Unbound on Dark Mage, or wait until I get Megami, currently at 3300 pity for Megami. Okay, so you have Draconic on like pretty much everyone here. Overall pretty lucky as well, because you spent 1.4k reroll, so your account is looking really good. Personally, I would say do not go for Unbound on Dark Mage, wait until you get Megami, Megami is way better, it's gonna last you way longer. And probably roll a different trait on your Inumaki, I would say. It doesn't really benefit from having Draconic much. I mean, the cost reduction is something, but I would say it's really good to have 2 Inumakis built, one for range, one for SPA, if you're a tournament player. And overall, I do think a lot of the units on your account need some better stats for them. It's not really a big deal. I mean, you do have some good stats on Kenpachi, but I think overall a lot of units on your account do kind of need some more triple S stats here and there. So overall though, pretty nice account. I would say don't go for Unbound on Dark Mage, go for Unbound on Megami. We have Fujin. Love your videos, bro. Keep up the good work. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the kind words. I just got Shiny Senku. Should I roll Unbound on him? And maybe don't go for Unbound on Shiny Senku. And overall, your account is looking crazy. This is Megami right here with the Hazmat skin. If you don't have Z damage on him, maybe go for Z damage, but I completely understand. I've been there. I don't have Z damage on mine either. And it looks like you do have 2 different titles for the duo tournaments, so you and your duo are goated, I guess. Good job. Overall, though, I mean, you're doing really good. Your stuff is very stacked. You got Z stats on a lot of people, Unbound on a lot of people. You have 6.7k reroll spent and about 400 hours of playtime. That's crazy, bro. That's a lot of playtime. So you are definitely a very stacked player. Nice job, man. Yeah, overall, good job. I don't really have too much advice here. I just think you have a really good account. You even have more playtime than me, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I only have 340. So nice job, man. Nice job. And I think we have the final account review for this video today. We have Mar. I love your videos, man. Been watching for about a year and a half. What's a good way to get Z stats on units? Well, I appreciate the support. A year and a half, that's crazy. That's like back in the ALS days, man. Awesome. But if you look at your Anime Expeditions account here, yeah, you do have pretty much all triple S's on these guys. I mean, looks like you do need to try and roll Z stats here. Okay. Overall though, aside from the stats, looking at your team here, you do have the top 4 unbound units unbound, so very good. I don't know if you actually use your Primordial Freerun or not, but I would say probably worth just going for Inumaki instead of her, and then, you know, a farm right here. Pretty much the best team in the game right now, so. And I do also notice you only have 55 hours of playtime, so you're relatively pretty strong for how much time you spend. I think your account is looking really good. If we scroll down to your rerolls, yeah, 1.8k reroll spent, and you have the top 4 unbound units in the game with unbound. Yeah, you have a really stacked account here, and a good way to get Z stats on units. Let me go ahead and just kind of show that. So what I personally would recommend is make sure you're doing your challenges every day. So I've got a few left to do. So do your stat reroll challenges, especially when it's boosted for the weekend. You can see right here I have 550 stat rerolls, which is quite a few. And then once you have stat cubes, personally what I like to do is go to your expedition hub and throw a couple units into your training grounds at all times. So I mean, right now I'm not throwing anything in here, but for example, I'll throw like a random mythic or a secret in here. So I've got Megumi's off banner I can use. And this has actually helped me roll some Z stats before, because these guys will rack up worthiness and eventually get to 400. So a good way of getting Z stats is to max out your training grounds and throw some people in there. Otherwise though, pretty much just go to the stat reroll, and whenever you have a bunch of cubes, you can throw in any random unit. So for example, I'll reroll stats on this random Kenpachi, and then just filter for triple S and Z, and just roll until you get something good. Personally, I don't really need any triple S's, so I'm just going to filter for Z, and then roll for a Z. So right here I got a Z range on this Kenpachi. I guess I could throw it on my main Kenpachi. Before I do transfer a Z range, let me make sure he doesn't have a Z hiding anywhere in his worthiness. Nope. And with that Z range I rolled on the random Kenpachi, I'm going to put it on my real Kenpachi, and now I've got Z range on him. Awesome. So pretty much, yeah, just spend your cubes on a random unit, make sure you throw some random units on the worthiness farm as well, and you can kind of over time get yourself some Z stats that way, and transfer them onto your main stuff. But once again, I think that was the last account review of this video. We got 12 accounts done. If you guys liked this video and want this to become kind of a series, I can do this like every few days, every week, something like that. If you want me to review more accounts per video, like 20 to 30, I could also do that. I don't know. This is kind of the first video testing the waters of account reviews, so hopefully you guys got some helpful advice, hopefully you just had fun watching it, I don't know, something like that. Either way, thank you to my channel members for making the video possible. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day.